The level of control assumed from traditional media is now being replaced with a deeper level of engagement with the public through digital communication and technology, including websites, social networking, video and audio streaming, chat rooms and blogs. Digital media platforms are increasingly becoming more important for news consumption and has amplified citizen-driven activism. The significant rise and uptake of digital media has compelled actors to consider digital media in developing modern communication technologies. But regardless of this, Uganda's education system is still traditional, and the curriculum in most training media institutions does not take into consideration the ongoing global technological revolution. To address the digital demands of globalization, the Media Challenge Innovation Hub, in partnership with DW Akademie and Agakhan University, is mentoring young journalists with innovative story-gathering skills.
So my name is Roland Biagawa, and I'm the Innovations Officer at the Media Challenge Initiative. This is our space, the MCA Media Hub, where we try to work with media innovators to create sustainable businesses. So the media viability trainings for small and medium enterprises in the media sector is part of the activities that we're carrying out under the Media Futures Project, which is sponsored by our lovely people here at Agakhan University. We have DW Akademie over there, German corporation, and it's running in the three East African countries, so Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. Media Challenge Initiative runs the Ugandan arm of the project, and what we're trying to do with this is to see if we can see how media has been affected even before COVID, but also by COVID, because a lot of media businesses were laying off, people were collapsing. So this project was created to figure out how to build sustainable media businesses in the times that we live in.
The startup media content creators are equipped with the trending skills to enable them produce more appealing media content and improve digital reporting that focuses on responses to social issues and problems.
My name is Sebagala Andrew Rangaji Daya. I work with the Uganda National Cultural Center as a production manager. I'm the founding director for House of Talent, West Africa Limited. I'm a British Council Associate, that is the Creative Enterprise Program Associate, and a co-producer at Silent Voices. One for me is for them not to look at their content as a product, not to look at the content that they give us as a product that they are selling to their customers. Because if they looked at the content as that critical service, critical product that they are selling to us, or that they want the audience to read and consume, then they would be putting in more effort in developing it, in producing it, in packaging it. So as such, this workshop was meant to bring that to their attention and to take them through the processes of developing this content, creating it in the first place, knowing the sources of the content, appreciating the audience that is going to consume this particular content, and as well as packaging it to suit that audience. In so doing, they needed to appreciate who their audience is, who their target audience or market is, what are their needs, and therefore create a solution through the content they create for them. Many a times, because they are passionate, they are driven by passion, they did put in a lot of research in appreciating the processes of making the content. And as such, they found themselves hitting the walls or not getting very far, and finding their content maybe not going places as it should be.
The media content creators were guided to operate in conformity with the prevailing media laws.
The content producers should be very aware that they do not operate in a vacuum, and as such, there are laws that govern the industry which they should be aware of, and as such to be guiding their way of working. And as such, when they're aware of such laws, which are meant to protect the public, but also give or guide the industry on their right to express themselves and publish, that balance is only brought together by the law, in as much as at times even the laws maybe get overboard. But it's important that the content creators know the law, and such laws include, among others, the law on privacy, the defamation, talk about the Media Council. Media Council is an entity that is created by government that gives permits or licenses for showcasing or for screening some of the content, say in theaters and in other cinema halls. Talk about the UCC Act, which has a number of statutory instruments which need to be also appreciated by the content producers, so that they're not found on the wrong side of the law, because that is where they get where the mandate is, but also where the guidance is. So in my take, for me, is for the content producers and managers to be aware that there is a media law, or there is laws that govern this industry, and as such read it, so that their content is in conformity with the law of the land, so that they're not found on the wrong side of it.
The training initiative seeks to accelerate digital media innovation among independent media outlets in Uganda. The media entrepreneurs believe that the skills attained through the training will help them pitch their business ideas for possible funding to enable them meet the market demands.
My name is Noah Wapera. I am the founder of My Sport magazine, a magazine that is online, and you can check it out on mysportmagazine.com. I have been here at MCI Media Hub for training, and the training has been about understanding content creation and content development, pitching your ideas, and also making business plans. I think I'm grateful that I've been part of it, because I think mainly when it came to content creation and content development, there were a number of insights that Mr. Rwanga gave us that are going to be very helpful for some of us that are into media innovations and media foundations. Some of the challenges that media entrepreneurs are facing, of course, they include financing, definitely. Media projects are very expensive, but also they are very vital in the communities. Usually one thing I think about when I think about My Sport magazine, I imagine how many stories are outside there that have not been told. But we face issues of facilitation, we face issues of resources. You can't get content creators into your company if you can't pay them, and definitely you need the equipment also to start up. But also the industry is facing a little bit of challenge of people still fear the industry because of the predecessors and other journalists and media people that they have gone through, which is political. But anyway, if you're looking at the media industry, there are so many ideas that you can think about that can be started. But rather, the challenge that is existing is that media people are copying from each other. They're not thinking. So if someone has a TV and has a number of programs that have been set up, you realize that other media people who are starting up also going to do the same programs. So the same thing with magazines. Someone gets to see what you're doing, and the other person is going to copy the same thing. I think it's time we begin to think outside the box to see how we exhaust and address different challenges through different approaches, but within the media. And I support solution journalism a lot, because what people are doing is that every day it's about corruption and sex scandals and scandals. Let's look at how we can highlight on the issues that are being neglected. Let's look at people who are doing big projects in the community. There's a woman who is helping other women in the community. These people can be looked at, and you can pitch a story, you can write a story that's going to highlight some of these people. There's a young person who has an innovation, but nobody has written about him. Instead of focusing on gospel and usual murmuring and rumor mongering, I think we can think about solution journalism and get to do something.
Speaking to you is Joseph Matov, or you can call me Jose Mat, the urban gospel guy. That is apparently my title, or maybe a brand name, as anyone would call it. And as you can see right now, I am standing just at MCI Media Hub, where we have just finished an SME organizations training program, where we've gotten to learn a number of things. We've gotten to learn various issues that pertain media and things that we may need as persons that are into media. I am starting an enterprise called Home FM, a podcast that you can get from anywhere on where you can search it out, you can be able to get it. From the very many things that I have gotten to learn from this program that we are just finishing today, one of the very biggest issues that is being faced, or a challenge that is being faced by very many people into the media right now, is about content creation. And people keep copying information. There is lack of originality. There is lack of originality. If I talk about that, very many of you that are watching may be able to understand what I am trying to portray here. But from this program that we have gotten to learn from the different facilitators, for example, Mr. Andrew Sevagala of House of Talent, we got to learn that content is always, or it must always be original from our very own minds. Each and everybody out there, you can be able to create your own content. You don't need to sit down and say, I don't have content. Anything around us is content. That is the very, very number one pick that I was able to get during yesterday's session. Gotten to learn about pitching, a pitch deck, a very important aspect or concept that may help very many new people out there that are into media to be able to sell your idea to funders or even donors. With the ideas that you have in your mind, you can always write them down, pitch them, and you can be able to sell them out as a business. You don't need to despise yourself, but every one word that you have in your mind, every small idea that you have can be able to earn you something.